Last summer, 10 teams began an epic journey in search of PBR immortality. What started as 10 became 2. The Austin Gamblers and the Carolina Cowboys both knew the ultimate goal was finally within their reach. Phenomenal! Along the way, we saw incredible highs.
And they go 5 for 5.
And devastating lows.
Yeah, that was full self-preservation mode.
We took notice as one of the greatest of all time helped steer his team through uncharted waters. We stood and cheered while a legend made everything look easy in Carolina. The journey led them to Las Vegas, on the sport's biggest stage. It was time for a champion to rise. Let's look back at the 2024 PBR Team Series Championship. All right, pop quiz. Who's our PBR Team Series champions,
well,
Matt?
I heard you say the Austin Gamblers.
Oh, so he does listen.
Sometimes.
When he wants to. Matt West alongside Kate Harrison. We're glad you're here and buckle up. It is going to be a ride over the next hour.
Yeah, over the next little bit, we're going to take a look back at the championship run of your hometown Austin Gamblers and how they brought the buckle back home to Texas.
And it was a history-making day for the Gamblers in Las Vegas. Not only the championship game, but as soon as they woke up Sunday morning.
Yeah, but in true Gambler fashion, it's not going to come easy. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the bracket heading into that final day here in Las Vegas. The number 3 ranked Florida Freedom were taking on the number 2 seeded Carolina Cowboys. Your Austin Gamblers would have their work cut out for them as they took on the number 1 Kansas City Outlaws.
And Kansas City was the regular season champs, practically unbeatable. And now here's this game that can we call one of the best ever in team's history?
We could do that, or we could just let you decide.
Oh, good idea.
Let's look at the tail of the tape for this one. Cord, look, numerologically, seems very lopsided for the Kansas City Outlaws, but my attention is drawn right to the bottom. Over the past 3 seasons, Kansas City and Austin, they're the 2 best teams.
Yeah, when you talk about recently, it's Kansas City all the way, but when you look at the 2 powerhouses over the seasons that we've seen, it is these 2 teams, the Gamblers and the Outlaws.
All the talk, that time has ended. We now finally get to the bull riding. We welcome you all around the world as we will start with the Austin Gamblers, and we start with none other than the 2018 PBR World Champ, Ka'iki Pacheco. Cord, he's paired with Bueno.
Yeah, Bueno, and you talk about the other side, the other teams, the other ones playing defense. Those Bucking Bulls have got to earn their way here, and we are going to see a full roster of a ranked set of Bucking Bulls today.
You talk about the beginning of the lineup now being the Iceman, Ka'iki Pacheco. For fans that have been watching the last couple of seasons, they got used to seeing Dalton Castle in that position. He was out earlier this year due to injury, and while he was away, Ka'iki Pacheco took over that starting role. When Dalton Castle returned, he said, no, he's earned the right to start this team and get the momentum going. Leave him there. I'll find my spot later on in the lineup.
Hey, Matt, I'm glad you mentioned that lineup change. The other thing our longtime teams fans might recognize is Ka'iki's in some different colors, right?
Yeah, obviously a part of that massive run, the inaugural season that helped the Nashville Stampede come from the basement floor, as Kate would say, all the way to the top and win that inaugural teams championship, now trying to become a 2-time teams champion with a different franchise.
What Ka'iki's done so far this weekend, he is 2 for 3, and it was that big ride last night that we've already shown you, atop Eyes on Me, worth almost 90 points, Cord, but really I felt it was the emotion that Ka'iki telegraphed afterwards.
Yeah,
that was the big statement.
It was the emotion a little bit, and to show that he is a champion. Eyes on Me kind of broke loose. A lot of crazy things going on in those 8 seconds, and that's why Ka'iki is so effective to be able to ride through bulls like that.
Back to your eBay's keys of the game. It is huge for Austin to start with a qualified ride. They cannot give Kansas City a break or any breathing room whatsoever.
Yeah, Austin is not even starting lightly here. This is a bull you can be 90 points out. This is not trading punches. This is a big slugger right off the bat for Ka'iki Pacheco.
Already on the clock. If you're new to the sport, that means the judges felt he had enough time to nod. He needs to do so by the time it gets to 0. Pacheco turns Bueno into magnificence. And Austin does what they needed to do. 87 and a half.
Oh, it is like we talk about. They're not just trading punches. This is a big hit right here. And you know Austin wants to start out with some confidence, and they got the ball rolling right here. And who better to start with than Keke Pacheco for the Gamblers?
Yeah, that is more than just a body blow. That is an Austin uppercut to start this game. But guess what? Kansas City, I talked about the toughness when we came on air. J.W. Hart has galvanized his crew to take all and any punches the opponents can throw. And guess what? Colton Hevelo gets his chance to answer. He's been paired with Bangarang.
And remember how we said J.W. Hart, Guilherme Marchi are all about building their riders into better competitors. When Colton Hevelo was first drafted on this team, he was just a kid from Missouri that the front office said, we want our hometown hero. He was on the practice squad. Well, now 3 years later, he is the man leading this team, stayed consistent, top 10 in the MVP all season. I asked him about that pressure, and he said, it's no different for me than any other guy. We build each other, we ride with each other.
Top to bottom, that's absolutely the attitude with any one of these Outlaws you talk to. I don't mean just the riders, their whole organization.
It's neat that we see Kansas City as a development-style team. Casio Diaz, when he was joined the Outlaws, not a world champion yet.
Colton Hevelo could have held a tray on top of that free arm. He did not move, and it seemed like it was a foregone conclusion that'd be a qualified ride. 87 points.
Oh, we got him matched up, and you said it best, Craig. He got that sweet spot, and Colton just fought for it. He would not let that bull Bangarang get out from underneath him in no way. If Bangarang would have did a flip, he could have rode him through it right there.
That was another look from our Las Vegas jib cam. There's another look at the back of the chutes. J.W. Hart on the left, Guilherme Marchi on his left. Hevelo promptly gets into his celebration to fire up the remaining members of his squad. And we immediately go back inside the steel. Austin Gambler, Ramon de Lima, who over the course of 3 seasons has more buck-offs than any other rider on Tour Cord, but that's because he's given more tough bulls than any other rider on tour.
Yeah, the way it works, I mean, you get your set of bulls, your 5 of bulls, and you take your roster and apply it. You know, who gets on which bull and how they're going to match up. And yes, he does get the tough bulls, but today Austin is saying, you've been on Bandito Buck twice, you did not ride him. Fix it. We need this ride today. We need you to stay on for 8 seconds.
Guys, we talk so much about the big 3, but you can't hold a building up without 4 cornerstones. Coach Michael Gaffney, he said, Ramon de Lima is not just a role player. He is the conscience of this locker room. He said if anything gets too high or too low, Ramon de Lima is the guy to step in and not necessarily police, but certainly control the thermostat of the mood in the locker room week after week.
Matt, I love the way you referred to that as a thermostat, right? There really is a temperature that each team has, an energy, what have you. And he's on the clock right now, needs to nod in 15 seconds. Guess what? That is not a huge score, but by the end of this game, there might not be anything bigger than that 8 seconds.
Craig Homer, I'm going to tell you here in just a second how much bigger it is than 0. It's a lot, and that is a big ride for the Austin Gamblers.
In the 3rd attempt, Ramon de Lima finds a way to go the distance. Guess what, everybody? It is not a big total, 78 1/4, but they're still perfect.
That is still perfect, and like I said, he fixed the problem. He's kind of like Colton Hevelo. He got that sweet spot, and he was fighting for it. Bandito Bug could not find an answer in any 8 seconds.
Well, we get our first challenge of this semifinal, and in the playoffs, each team gets 2. In the regular season, they only get 1. So Kansas City has challenged this for a slap.
Yeah, it was Coach Hart who pushed the button and challenged it. They're all watching together as a team, and they believe he touched at about the 3 or 4 second mark.
Well, a couple times already this weekend, we've seen scores taken away based on a challenge.
Yeah, so each coach has 2 flags to throw during the game. If they see a challenge that, like this is, they're looking for a slap. They're looking that his hand come down and hit the bull's hump or his horn, anything that would disqualify the ride.
So Alan Jordan is the replay judge. This all goes through the replay center. Bottom left, that is the gambler contingent. There's Alan Jordan in the upper left. Thumbs up means it'll be a score. Thumbs down means it's a 0.
Kansas City's down here telling them, hey, we want you to see this from the start of the ride. We don't think there was just 1 touch. We think there was 2.
Austin saying the exact opposite. They said no way.
There you go.
Oh,
Thumbs
you got
up.
your answer.
The points stay. Ramon de Lima. Now, granted, he's been given a rewrite option, and now we're here. It is official. They are going to keep this score and stay a perfect 2 for 2.
Hey, that was the biggest low score you'll ever seen right there. They've got the 3 aces, but somebody threw the joker in right there.
Getting ready for Kansas City's second rider, Micah Kalisto. We've seen this bull a lot over the course of the past couple seasons, the Kraken.
Oh, we've seen it several times. He was the toughest one in the pen. We watched him rode earlier this week for 91 1/4. I mean, this is a big step. You talk about the rare and the drop, and that kind of creates the power for those bucking bulls. And you watch this one. He will drop from the ceiling.
Take note of the end of that ride, because Kalisto went for extra credit, showing that outside leg control, and the judges should be duly impressed.
Guys, he told me I'm just a kid from Brazil that grew up on a horse ranch. I never thought I could actually be here living my dream.
Not only living the dream, but keeping the dream alive. 88 3/4.
Oh, what a huge ride right here in the Kraken. He turned the blinker on. He said, I've got the answer for that. Oh, that was a big one for Kansas City.
This is exactly why Austin needed to be almost perfect. Kansas City is willing to get into a riding contest with anyone. And because of Ramon de Lima's low score and Kalisto's high score, there is a big gap in this game. Well, Sandro Batista has had a breakout season for Kansas City. Once a member of the sporting cast, he's now one of the Outlaws' leading men. Last night was just the latest example of how he's built to handle big moments.
The champions are coming home. Join us August 22nd through the 24th to welcome your Austin Gamblers, the 2024 PBR Teams Champions, back to Moody Center. 3 nights of electrifying bull riding, live entertainment, and fan experiences you won't forget. It's your chance to celebrate with the champions and be part of the action right here in Austin. Tickets are selling fast. Head to Ticketmaster.com now and get yours. Gambler Days presented by Tecovas. Be there.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
It's about to get wild in Las Vegas. Wild like hitting the strip, then hitting the dirt. Wild like rolling the dice on the back of a 1-ton beast. Wild like 10 teams of the best bull riders in the world putting it all on the line. Yes! Because only one team will ride off with the buckle and the glory. The ride may end in Vegas, but the party is just getting started.
We know they've got big buildings and big attractions here in Las Vegas. They may build a big monument to one of these teams. 10 points separates the Kansas City Outlaws from the Austin Gamblers. Austin sends out their third rider. In the top of the third, it's Lucas Davino facing margin of error.
Well, they just kind of the scores have made the big difference right now, but on the other end, there has been no errors so far. It's kind of who's going to falter first, because these guys have been perfect every bull, all 8 seconds, the whole game.
No, it really possibly will become, right, a staring contest, or more importantly, a blinking and buck-off contest. Every single one of these guys can ride almost anything. What should the fans look for against margin of error? What's the bull going to do?
Well, margin of error is usually a right turn bull, but lots of speed and not a lot of rear and drop, so you're missing that rhythm. It's going to be a lots of speed. It's going to be a scratch and claw situation. It is going to be a cat fight, I guess you could say, on margin of error.
The clock starts again. Davino continues the divine start for the Gamblers. You can see they are all in. $87 3/4.
Hey, take a look at this Bass Pro Shops cam right here. You know, there is no margin of error right here for Lucas all the way. You see that bull moving forward, making a big kick one time, stepping ahead again. You talk about he tracked him like a heat-seeking missile right there.
3 qualified rides to 2. And yes, we are all entertained, Lucas. So now the pendulum goes back towards Kansas City. Let's show you Sandro Batista against Flapjack earlier this year.
Yeah, we have a couple of rematches in here, but this is a big rematch. Flapjack, you know, a reserve world champion bucket bull, and he's a big fellow with a lot of power. You can see right there at 8 seconds, it went bad, and it hurts when you screw up on this one.
I don't want to steal your line, my friend, but I want to morph it, okay? You say, and rightly so, there are no easy bulls at this level. But when you've ridden a bull before, does it feel easier?
Well, I mean, you know what he's got to offer. You know what he feels like, how to set for him and how to adjust. But just like you said, at 8.1 right there, he knows what happens if you screw up. You can't stub your toe, because when this one hits you, it's going to hurt.
Look, every one of these riders know it is 8 seconds or bust, but on this occasion, 8 seconds is going to give Kansas City the lead back. There's no question. That's how good this bull is. That's how good these two have been together.
And you talk about a game of momentum. Momentum is very important, and we're coming off a big ride on Dirty Brew last night for 89 1/4 is a big thing for Sandro.
Oh, I tell you what, Flapjack may have just flipped the script. The judges saw a touch. I think a lot of fans reacted like I did, and this could turn out to be a small mistake that creates a tidal wave of ramifications.
Oh, it was about to be a tidal wave. You know, you see about 6 seconds, he steps forward, and right there, that's one of those things. You've got 2 baseball bats could hit you right there if you do not stop your body going forward, and this next jump could have hurt bad if he wouldn't have rode through it.
Without question, we're glad he is safe, so to speak. But at the moment, this really is about whether or not there was a touch.
You see the power of that bull. I mean, you take a bull that weighs 1,900 pounds and gets 6 feet off the ground and drops like throwing a brick in the ocean now. That's a big one.
The thumbs down means they have lost their second challenge and lost this score. Look at this. Both J.W. Guilherme, they're back out on the dirt. They're going to go over and continue to get their squad ready. But what a twist, and what we thought was almost an assured tail at this point of the game. Dalton Castle, not only does he have a chance to extend the lead, but to apply extreme pressure to Kansas City if he makes the 8 here.
Yeah, not just a little pressure. I mean, it is a big one. You know, we talked about Flapjack they rode right there. The slap cost them 90-something points. Well, this is the match bull to that one. This is a bull that is a big hitter, another one that you can put up those huge numbers on.
Castle and Baldy have never faced each other. Castle able to let his hair down as he conquers Baldy, and Austin's second ace does his job. 90.25.
Hey, if you ever doubt the commitment of Dalton Castle, you should have watched the first night. He is literally tying himself to these big bovines now, and he gets around the corner there. That big move out of there, he got him tapped out, and he never backed off. You see him just throwing over his head to meet him on the other side. You talk about on the gas pedal all the way.
For years, he's been known as Mr. 90. He keeps riding like that. He is going to earn his doctorate. As now, the Austin lead is up to 168 points, Cord.
Oh, that was huge. You know, we see him, Austin earlier, not accept the reride, taking the lower score, which meaning they cannot just match bulls. They have to beat them in bull count right there, and that's where it just flipped.
Yeah.
They slap Flapjack, and they ride Baldy right there. Dalton Castle put the spread in there that they needed to win.
This is a must-ride situation. Somehow, some way, after that start, Brennan Eldred answers the bell. Kansas City is still alive.
And remember, a veteran of the sport, but that was his very first out PBR Teams competition, and he told me just before that, my time is right now.
Oh, if you don't know the story of Brennan Eldred, this guy came out of retirement to be on the Kansas City Outlaws team. They got him through free agency for moments like this right here.
How about 90.5?
Hey, that was a rake ride. You talk about a veteran situation right there. You know, Magic Hunter just backed up into him and tried to grab a hold of his shirt and pull him down in there, and he said, no, I've got the answer for that.
What a way to go out, because quite simply, this is a clinching situation for, if not the greatest ever, one of the greatest ever. Jose Vitor Leme has been on Red River twice, both times Cord 90.5.
If you've been following along how hard it is to be 90 points, this guy has been 90 on this particular bull twice. These are two big hitters going at it. And you talk about the greatest in the world, this guy is for sure the greatest in Vegas.
When you talk about the most rides all time, there's no contest in the team series. Look at that, by 20 over the great Cooper Davis. But here's the trick, right, that Cord, we all know the greats can do. They take these big moments and they don't make it seem big. They just do the exact same thing they know works.
Yeah, capitalize. Red River is a great bull, but the importance just tripled right here today.
He makes 8 seconds. Austin moves to the championship game. The Austin Gamblers will be fighting for the 2024 championship. They have never had a perfect game. They just had one when they needed it most. 89 points, but it is not about the score. It's about the moment. Composure, top to bottom. Cord, we thought it might take a perfect game, and that's what Austin delivered.
Oh, you guys got to see it right here, the perfect game. To think that the Austin Gamblers have won 2 whole regular seasons and never a perfect game, and it happened today in Vegas.
And as Matt said, on his wedding anniversary, the Gamblers deliver their GM, JJ Gotch, one heck of a present. Casio Diaz, one final ride this season. No one should have ever doubted it. The mark of a true professional. Even though it didn't matter at all, It mattered to him. Casio Diaz ends his season with a qualified ride.
Yeah, I just proved right there, he is a world champion. You talk about that UTV season, he went out by himself and won the gold buckle. It didn't matter right there to him. It was just man versus beast, him and Mike's motive for 8 seconds right there, putting on a school.
Still waiting on Diaz's score, and there it is, 91 1/4. It's not the ending that they wanted, but Kansas City can hold their heads high. Look at this final box score, my friend. 9 out of 10 qualified rides.
Yeah, only once before I've ever seen this. When we started the season in Oklahoma City, that we see 9 out of 10, and we also see some of the highest bowl scores right there. But what a game right there between the Gamblers and the Outlaws.
Well, we know one team that's in the championship game. A look at the bracket. Austin is definitely there, and there with conviction.
Hey, hey! This is not hard to do, baby. All you gotta do, get out on the floor, and let yourself go.
If you think bull riding's intense, just wait till you see PBR Teams. 5 riders per team battling head-to-head. 10 teams, 12 regular season weeks. Every game is a battle. The best team score wins. It's bull riding on another level. And it all comes down to one epic showdown. The team's championship in October, under the bright, glimmering lights of Las Vegas. This is PBR Teams. Take the ride.
We're gonna have some good times.
CBS Austin News, always looking out for you by revealing ways to help keep your children safe.
Setting boundaries with your children about where they can go and who they can spend time with, making sure they know the buddy system.
CBS Austin News, Central Texas trusted.
The Austin Gamblers did it. First perfect game in franchise history. Welcome back to our look back of the Gamblers championship run.
Yeah, what an incredible run it has been already.
Yes.
And oh, by the way, the number 2 ranked Carolina Cowboys took down the Florida Freedom, which sets the stage for 2 titans of the sport to go head to head to win it all.
This is what we love as sports fans. This is what we buy tickets for. The star-studded Carolina Cowboys taking on the powerhouse Austin Gamblers. And for Carolina, the starting lineup they brought into this game, they were undefeated with all season.
This is the Super Bowl, the World Series, and an all-star game, all wrapped in one with the biggest stars in the sport. Here's the caveat, though. One of these teams will win the very first PBR Teams championship in franchise history. Who will it be? We already know. But how do they make it happen?
Let's go to Las Vegas to find out.
We are finally here after a whole season. The championship game to decide it all. If you haven't done it already, it is time to place your bets. Are you going with the Austin Gamblers or the Carolina Cowboys? Vegas is ready. Are you ready, world? Let's get to this marquee matchup. Yes, it's the number 5 team against the number 2 team, but really right toward when you look at the titles, the championships, the MVPs, that's where the numerology really is.
Yeah, these guys are stacked up, and we start the season with a huge perfect game with Carolina, and now the Austin Gamblers are coming off their best perfect game, or their first perfect game as well, right now all culminating to the championship coming up next.
Well, Kate, you are on the Austin sideline. They would love to continue that perfection.
And I just spoke with Jose Vitor-Limi to get a sense of the locker room, and he told me everything is different about this weekend compared to last year when they met Texas in a championship game. He said we didn't have a bye, so we never got in a comfort zone. We had to work hard from Friday, and never slowed down. He said because of that, this team has a different feel to it. And what he said that I thought was interesting is we all feel like we need this, guys.
You know, over here on the Carolina sideline, it's become a cliche on TV to talk about body language on the sideline. Believe me, the body language is way different with Carolina than it was in the last game with Florida. Also, this is a team of not just good bull riders, but guys that know how to win. Standing here by Dalen Swearingen, he looked across the arena and there's two ladies with green hair on. He said, shame they're going to have to go home with that green hair on when they lose.
That is good. I like it. Well, let's give everybody the starting lineup. They really haven't changed since the rides and the games that got them here. Cord, top to bottom, greatness.
There is greatness. I mean, we see the set of bulls that they have got to fight through here are great matchups. But just like we went over and over again, there's a lot of gold buckles, there's a lot of experience, and a lot of rides in those 10 guys. Cooper Davis has been such an effective leadoff. Dalen Swearingen is a heater right now. Sage Kimsey, Keiki Pacheco, and finishing with Jose on Tijuana two-step. They're just everywhere. Great matchups.
Listen, we showed this earlier, and the bottom line, Carolina unbeaten with this lineup. I think that means something.
Yeah, that doesn't mean something. That means a lot, but that's what they've been building up all year long, even through the finals. To get to this, they created these teams for this day, for this game.
Well, remember also last night, we talked about how these two teams, they've kind of gotten under each other's skin a little bit this season, right? With the theatrics, let's call it.
I did notice that, and maybe the closers are kind of, lightly throwing punches back and forth. They're like, hey, watch what I can do when I'm back against the wall, and vice versa.
Keiki Pacheco starts it for the Gamblers, and he has been matched with all hell.
Oh, I like this one. Alan DeSouza rode this bull earlier in the week for 86.75, and Keiki is riding good. He's healthy. Watch out. We're about to see the first punch be sent right now.
Clock's at 20. The ice flow continues towards the promised land. He is now 8 for 9 in his career in the playoffs in Las Vegas. 4 for 5 this weekend. That's worth 88.
Hey, if you ever doubted why Austin went over there and traded for him, they sat there and watched the difference that KK made for Nashville when they won the title. They said, I want to win the title. Give us KK Pacheco because we need him for today.
Pacheco helped Nashville win it all in the inaugural season of teams. He has done the work to set Austin up perfectly. Cooper Davis, no stranger to high-pressure moments, gets his chance to answer. He'll dance with Down Payment.
Oh, Down Payment has been turning the dial up. We watched him earlier in the year kind of be a nicer to ride bull, and Down Payment says, hey, I don't want to be in that pen. I want to be a little bit tougher. I want to be ranker. And since then has thrown off some of the best guys in the world off. And you look at the other side there, that two of the best teams going to have the perfect games. This is it right now. Is it going to take another perfect game to win the championship today?
We'd all love to see it, that's for sure. After the semifinal we saw on CBS where they rode 9 out of 10, quite possible we see 10 out of 10 in this one. Davis and Down Payment, they met in Fort Worth this year. It was worth 86 and a half. Cooper seemed to be in clear control. The clock definitely says 8. So this is at first going to be a score. Coming off just a tick towards the end. And I think that's why the challenge button has been pressed.
Oh, yeah, I was leaning over here to the back thinking I'm fixing to hear a buzzer go off, and we did. Hey, we talk about Down Payment. These two had matched up before for 86, and I'm like, hey, it's going to be more than that today. It's going to be bigger. And if you can't tell at the end, he had a lot of power going on his arm and backdoored him right at the whistle.
They've posted a score of 88 3/4.
Oh, if you see the clock in the back over there, I mean, he'd done hit the ground before it hit 8. I'm excited to see the replay.
Alan Jordan, if we see a thumbs up, it's a qualified ride. Thumbs down means it has been a worthwhile challenge. Cooper Davis feels he's done it without question. And there it is, confirmation. The Cowboys move to a 3/4 of a point lead.
Great ride, Cooper. And that's the thing. He just gritted it out all the way to the end. That's what makes a difference. That's why he's such an effective leadoff for Carolina.
We have said time and time again how Davis does it when he needs to. Lucas Davino gonna try to do it himself. He has been matched with Big Chew.
We're turning the dial up a little bit. I mean, the Bulls, the last 10 guys he's brought down, and especially on the list, between Fast Eddie and Casio Diaz, the world champion, Alan DeSouza, I mean, some of the greatest in the business, he's going to have to bear down today.
Davino's been handed a tall task. He makes it no problem as he takes a huge bite out of Big Chew. And Austin loves it.
I hear another buzzer going behind us. Somebody wants to see it again. The two shoots are set at different ends, but I think they're saying, the way Lucas rides with his hand low, they want to see it again because he rides all 8 seconds, but as his hand comes down below his shoulder, does it touch or does he come up before 8 seconds? Austin is returning the favor of the replay.
Yeah, well, we saw Austin lose a challenge a moment ago. Will Carolina lose their first challenge? The score, if it holds up, is 88.5. Look at Michael Gaffney, upper left, the coach and PBR world champ. You can see the strain on his face. Jerome Davis, the coach of the Carolina Cowboys, at the bottom. One coach is going to be extremely pleased a few moments from now. We're hearing in the arena it's going to be at the very end that they're looking at. This crowd is oohing and eyeing along with both teams.
Well, I'm leaning with Lucas. The other end of it being a bull ride, a great bull ride, but that's what they're looking at. They're splitting hairs. Did he get a little bit of bull hair on his sleeve?
Well, again, it has to be definitive. That is the thing when it goes to one of these challenges, because they have to reverse the call on the field. And I don't know, Cord, is that definitive to you?
Oh, man, these cameras, they're zooming in.
You know what's great is we should just stop talking, because the fans that are next to us are answering and saying no every slow motion frame they show.
Let's just ride them.
Thumbs up, it's a score!
And there is a bunch of red banners swinging in the air.
Lucas, instant cheers when they said qualified ride. Talk about the emotion right now.
I've been fighting with my free arms for so long, and it's no better way to finish this season with qualified ride. And on some bull that is so hard, first day on him, he bucked so many great bull rides off, and then I cannot thank you as much, God. I'm so glad. Thank you, my love, Taylor, and my beautiful 2 sons at home.
You got your team back in the lead. Well done.
Oh, yeah.
That is a student of bull riding. He knew that bull, Big Chew, had taken care of so many good riders. But today, he found a way. Austin, by the way, 7 for 7 on the day so far. Derek Kolbaba, meanwhile, it's his turn to raise the roof of T-Mobile. He's a top. Watch out.
Oh, watch out, another good bull. And that just kind of gets, you wear that out. And like great riders and great bulls, but it's Sunday. It's championship day. This is the best 10 bulls against the best 10 riders in the world right now.
Derek Kobaba not only comes through in the clutch, he very well just gave Carolina the lead. He only needed 87 3/4 to tie, but boy, oh boy, was he in control of that one.
Yeah, he was in real control. I mean, he tapped him out, and you think the 87 3/4 is going to be easy to get to in this matchup. They've matched up before for 88, but he made it look so easy. I mean, just step for step, made it look like the bull ride's easy, but he didn't.
No, yeah, it was right on the cusp. He got 87 1/4, so at the turn, the Austin Gamblers are gonna cling to a quarter-point lead. Well, you wanted drama to end of the season. We are giving it to you, or more specifically, Austin and their adversaries, Carolina, are giving it to you.
The true West has no fences. There's an edge, but you gotta find it. Find comfort from the traditions that help define it, and the confidence from having the courage to defy it. But being brave isn't about being different. It's about being yourself. Now, we might not need more people in the West, but would it hurt to have a little more West in the people?
It's about to get wild in Las Vegas. Wild like hitting the strip, then hitting the dirt. Wild like rolling the dice on the back of a 1-ton beast. Wild like 10 teams of the best bull riders in the world putting it all on the line. Yes! Because only one team will ride off with the buckle and the glory. The ride may end in Vegas, but the party is just getting started.
We do things our own way. We blaze our own trails. We ride free. We might not wear hats or boots or spurs, or we may. We grab life by the horns and write our own legends, and then let other people tell it. You just gotta do one thing, and that's be cowboy. This is the PBR.
At times, Las Vegas is referred to as Sin City, but each of these teams inside T-Mobile Arena trying to do no wrong in this game. Both are a perfect 2 for 2. So it's Ramon de Lima. Does he have some more heroics in store for a third game in a row? Army Slasher's going to make it tough.
Yeah, we continue to watch the bull power step up and come again, and Army Slasher's another bucker, but we just watched him ride another one.
Look, few are as tough as Ramon de Lima, but Army Slasher is as good as it gets in terms of finding a way to get riders off.
Yeah, Army Slasher is a handful to ride, and that's what I was thinking. You know, Ramon de Lima bounced back on Bandito Bug earlier today. A bull that had bucked him off twice. Can he do it again? Again, he always takes the toughest bull in the pen.
Yeah, that was a hard ask. That bull is now a perfect 16-0.
Yeah, 45 1/4 for Army Slash, and he earned every point of that as well.
Now, the Carolina Cowboys have the opportunity, not necessarily that they've been waiting for, but one that they can take advantage of. Adriano Salgado back in the lineup, just like earlier. when we brought you semifinal number 2. Now he's up against a bull named Wingman.
Yeah, and it's almost like they've saved Adriano for this day, this championship Sunday. We watched him kind of sit on the bench earlier in the week, but he has made a difference for Carolina here recently, and another really good bull. And you talk about that opportunity knocking. The opportunity is knocking for Carolina Cowboys right now to not only move to the lead, but add that separation right here.
The clock has been started. Salgado takes the lead atop Wingman and gives Carolina the lead in the process. Even with the contact, Adriano wasn't phased.
Oh, I hate to say that. That's a tricky one right there because you have the pattern of the bull. This is what he does every time. Wingman mixes up a little bit. If it takes him a second to get going, moving forward, I'm going to go right. There were some changes in there that, had some question marks in there. Finished up strong away from his hand. Not going to be a huge score. You see the flag coming there. A big decision for Jerome Davis right now.
And he's already made it, Cord. They are declining the re-ride option. They are keeping the points, and you were absolutely right. Only 76 and a quarter, but we're in Vegas.
Yeah, here's what it is. Carolina is home team, and they sit there and watch Ramon de Lima get bucked off and take a 0. So this moves Carolina 1 bull ahead right there.
Keep in mind, our longtime fans know that Austin lost the championship in excruciating fashion last year, right here in T-Mobile, trying to avoid the same fate. The day started off brilliantly with a perfect game. Dalton Castle now gets his attempt to add to the total. Always been crazy.
We continue to talk about, Austin and setting their sights on Las Vegas and winning the championship there. Dalton Castle, was released health-wise earlier in the season and said, no, we want to save him. We want to keep him healthy, keep him on the bench until we get here, and he has made a big difference for Austin.
Here we go. This is a bull that's been ridden 3 out of 8 times in his career. You can see Dalton looking at the exit. The bull may be always been crazy, but Dalton Castle has always been good. The Gamblers get another one. And they needed that one, if nothing more than for some momentum. But how about 92?
I was waiting for that to come. That is a rank bull ride. That's the thing about Dalton Castle. He is not afraid to live on the edge. That bull kind of come out there a little bit crooked right here. Didn't phase him at all. A lot of drop and whip. There's a couple of jumps. Dalton can't even see the bull. He's just winging it over around the back door. Oh, that's a great bull ride. 92 points.
Dalton, 1 year ago, did not go your way in this arena championship game. What does it mean to make sure you completely change that?
I've changed my life. I'm a different person now, and the Lord's just so good. We've been praying for a breakout, and this is the breakout and breakthrough. Just so thankful for everything He's done for me.
What a time to do it. Congratulations, great ride.
Thank you.
In case you missed our earlier show on CBS, that is Dalton's second 90-plus point effort of the day.
It's about to get wild in Las Vegas. Wild like hitting the strip, then hitting the dirt. Wild like rolling the dice on the back of a 1-ton beast. Wild like 10 teams of the best bull riders in the world putting it all on the line. Yes! Because only one team will ride off with the buckle and the glory. The ride may end in Vegas, but the party is just getting started.
We're having a good time, talking about good times. It's all about your
CBS Austin News Severe Weather Alert System. Immediate warnings wherever you are on any platform.
Scan this QR code for critical alerts and warnings around the clock for every condition on any device.
The champions are coming home. Join us August 22nd through the 24th to welcome your Austin Gamblers, the 2024 PBR Teams Champions, back to Moody Center. 3 nights of electrifying bull riding, live entertainment, and fan experiences you won't forget. It's your chance to celebrate with the champions and be part of the action right here in Austin. Tickets are selling fast. Head to Ticketmaster.com now and get yours. Gambler Days presented by Tecovas. Be there.
That sets up Dalen Swearingen against Norse Guy.
It's another matchup and a big hitter. You know, you start trading punches of the 92. You see the separation in there. You know that Carolina just can't stumble now. When Austin is putting up huge numbers like that, you have got to stay with it. You got to stay one bull ahead because those 92s catch up a lot.
Well, and you just said it. Even though it was a low score, they are one bull ahead. So if Carolina just rides their bulls, they'll win it. But Dalen becomes a blemish on the Carolina side. And he took a shot in the process.
Yeah, you'd see Dalen is all in right there because, you know, Norse God just changing every jump, rolling around there, and Dalton just too proud to let go. This chick's a kick in the butt there.
So what this buck-off has done is it has turned a whole season into a very simple math problem, my friend. If Jose Vitor Leme rides for 84 or more, it's over. Austin clinches it, and Tijuana two-step is more than enough bull underneath
Yeah,
it.
not just more than enough. These two have matched up before, and the last time, 88 points for the matchup. It's in his hand.
But I'm taking your line again. I'm sorry to do it, partner, but nothing's easy in this sport, and certainly nothing is a given. Even though Lemmy's 2 for 2 against this bull, he had better not think about that at all.
You take an 1,800-pound animal with a mind of his own, it's not just a two-step. It's a challenge ahead of you.
2 years ago, they came to Las Vegas, went 0 for 2. They won the regular season and then blew it at the very end. Last year they won the regular season. They got to the championship game, but fell just short. Right here, right now, Jose Vitor Leme can win it all for the Gamblers. I don't think the crowd has taken a breath in over a minute.
That's the thing. They know it all rides on this one, and I know that's what, you know, the Austin Gamblers have set their goals through from halfway through the season. It wasn't about the regular season. They wanted to win the title in Las Vegas.
Remember, they put this team together to win it all or bust. Here is the chance to win it all. Gamblers, assemble! You are team champions! Pacheco, Castle, Lemme, they were the aces, but it took a whole team to get the Gamblers here.
That's so awesome to watch, and a lot of hats thrown right there. These guys have been working for this for years, for this 8 seconds right there to get the big W.
Cord, I go back to what Jose Vitor Leme told all of us before the season even began. He has won everything as an individual. The only thing that mattered this year to him was helping his team win a championship.
He left no doubt, and I know that's what the Gamblers' mindset, even in preseason, when they're drafting, when they're training, it was for today to win the whole thing right here in Las Vegas.
If you think bull riding's intense, just wait till you see PBR Teams. 5 riders per team battling head-to-head. 10 teams, 12 regular season weeks. Every game is a battle. The best team score wins. It's bull riding on another level. It all comes down to one epic showdown. The team's championship in October under the bright, glimmering lights of Las Vegas. This is PBR Teams. Take the ride.
Hey, hey. This is not hard to do, baby. All you gotta do, get out on the floor and let yourself go. Huh.
We're gonna have some good times.
We do things our own way. We blaze our own trails. We ride free. We might not wear hats or boots or spurs, or we may. We grab life by the horns and write our own legends, and then let other people tell it. You just gotta do one thing, and that's be cowboy. This is the PBR.
The final box score. It took 4 scores to get it done for Austin because they knew Carolina was going to bring it yet again.
That was so cool. And to see the final when Jose faced the shoots, the 3 aces were the first 3 on the arena floor.
89 points. That was the exclamation point from Jose. But congratulations to the Gamblers organization. Let's send it to Kate.
What a win, what a season for the Austin Gamblers as they do it. They win their first ever PBR Team Series championship in franchise history.
Yeah, after back-to-back seasons of being so close to winning that gold buckle, General Manager J.J. Gotch, Head Coach Michael Gaffney kept their team motivated, kept the entire Austin Gambler franchise committed to that goal that they ultimately reached.
And then just a few short weeks after winning the title, what do? Shock the entire PBR Team Series world by going and signing Sage Kimzey away from the Carolina Cowboys. Already a star-studded lineup. How about add 7 more gold buckles?
Well, make it 8 gold buckles because Jose Vitorlimi went and captured his 3rd PBR World Championship in the individual season as well.
And then Dalton Castle, #1 man that was coming into World Finals, put together his best season of his career during UTB. What a team they have for this season.
That is so much talent, and you're going to see all of that talent on display at Austin Gambler Days. It all goes down inside the Moody Center August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Your Austin Gamblers will defend their home turf. All you've got to do is log on to austingamblers.com to find out how you can be a part of all the action inside the Moody Center.
What a run it was for the Austin Gamblers in 2024. Do not miss a minute of the action in 2025. For Matt West, I'm Kate Harrison. Thank you for joining us for the special recap of the Austin Gamblers championship run, and we will see you at Gambler Days.
It is time to place your bets.
They made it look so easy.
And Austin loves it.
Congratulations to the Austin Gamblers, your 2024 PBR Team Series champions.